Hello, dear students. Assalamu alaikum. This is Abdullah Khan. Unfortunately, we cannot continue with the traditional teaching learning process due to coronavirus. So we have to adopt a new process which is online teaching. Today we are going to discuss the age of Milton, which spans from 1625 to 1660, and it is an important part of history of English literature. So let us discuss the age of Milton. Okay, in the age of Milton, we have two types of poetries or poets. On the one hand, we have the Caroline poets, whereas on the other hand, we have the gigantic figure of Milton. Okay, Milton's figure is so gigantic that the age is given the name of the age of Milton. Okay, it is his figures, it is his contributions to English literature that the age is known by his name. Okay, today our lecture will revolve around John Milton. Okay, and we will discuss the Caroline poets in the next lecture. The second thing was that the Puritans were against the institution of bishops and priesthood because this institution was making the institution of kingship a divine institution. This institution was making the institution of kingship a sacred institution. This institution was providing a certain divine rights to the king. Okay, and these divine rights, these prerogatives were against the spirit of liberty. In another sense, these divine rights were making the king tyrant over the people. So the Puritans were against the tyranny of not only priests and bishops, but also the tyranny of kingship. Okay, so with the passage of time, Puritans rise in numbers. They just did not belong to Protestant sect. They were also from Presbyterian sect, from John Calvin sect. So all of them were together against the practices of the Church of England. Moreover, William Laud, the Archbishop at the time of Charles I, persecuted Puritans due to their objection against bishops and priesthood. He persecuted them in a large number. Resultantly, Puritans gains the favor of the masses. Another factor that contributed in the rise of Puritanism is the King Charles I, who ascended the throne in 1625. He wants certain prerogatives for the kings. He was of the view that the king has certain divine rights and he can levy taxes on the masses without the approval of the parliament. So his encroachment on the rights of the parliament, on the rights of the commons, resulted in a revolt by the Puritans and by the parliament. So there was a civil war between the royalist, means the forces of Charles I, and the parliamentarians, which were also called round heads. Round heads. Okay, this civil war ultimately resulted in the dethroning of Charles I, and the first Commonwealth government came into being in England in 1642 or 1643 under the leadership of Oliver Cromwell. Okay students, this was the background of the age of Milton. Now let us discuss the life of Milton. Milton's life. Okay. Milton was born on 9th December 1608 at Bread Street, Cheapside, London. I don't know why it was called a Bread Street or a Cheapside, but this was the place where Milton got birth. His parents were John Milton and Sarah Milton. Okay, Milton's father name was also John Milton. Okay, he was a Puritan, but he also had a love of literature. Milton's education. Milton attended St. Paul's School in 1620. He spent 7 years at Christ College, Cambridge. He got his graduation degree from the same college in 1629. He got his Masters of Arts degree from the same college in 1632. After graduating from college, after getting his master's degree in 1632, he went to a house at Houghton, Buckinghamshire, which is near London. There he devoted himself to self-study, and he spent there almost 6 years in the self-study. Political career. Okay, after staying at the Houghton House at Houghton, where he studied for 6 years, he went on a tour to the continent, to the Europe. Okay, when he was going to Sicily, means near Italy, when he was going to Sicily, he heard about the civil commotion in England. He heard about the civil unrest, the civil war in England. So he returned to England in August 1639. There, after returning to England, he became the supporter of Puritan cause against the royalist forces. He became a pamphleteer, means he wrote many pamphlets in the favor of Puritan cause. Later, when Puritans got hold of the Parliament, when the Parliament was in the hands of commoners, when Oliver Cromwell established his Commonwealth government, then Milton was appointed as Latin Secretary of Foreign Affairs in Commonwealth government. Okay, Milton was very well versed in Latin and Greek. That's why he was chosen to be a Latin Secretary of Foreign Affairs in Commonwealth government, and he performed his duties very well. Now, a little bit about Milton's marital life. Milton tied knots 3 times. His first marriage occurred in 1643 with Mary Powell, who was the daughter of a royalist, and this marriage was an unhappy marriage, and it ended in 1653. Milton's second marriage was held in 1656, and he tied marital knots with Catherine Woodcock. This was a happy marriage, but unfortunately it lasted just 15 months because Catherine Woodcock died after 15 months. Then Milton again tied knots with Elizabeth Minchell in 1662, and this marriage lasted till Milton's death. Okay. Another fact which perhaps I forgot to tell in the previous slides is that in 1653 Milton's eyesight faded away and he became blind. Okay, now come to his literary career. Milton's literary career can be divided into four periods. Number one, college period. Number two, Horton period. Number three, prose writing period. And number four, the late poetic period. We are going to discuss first two of them, and the later two we will discuss in the next chapter. Okay, so first period, Milton's college period up to 1632. As we already know that Milton got his MA degree in 1632, so his college period ended in 1632. So during this college period, he wrote many poems, but that was an experimental work of a young man. The most notable creation of Milton's college period is his poem Ode on the Morning of Christ's Nativity. Though this poem contains many flaws, yet it can be said that it's a remarkable piece of writing of a 21-year-old young man. Okay. As far as Milton's other period of literary career are concerned, we will discuss them tomorrow, inshallah. And we will also discuss the characteristics of Milton poetry tomorrow. Thank you for your patience. Allah Hafiz.